When my daughter learned to write, the first words she spelled were, "You're not my real dad." I was helping Emma with her homework when she carefully wrote those words on her paper. My heart stopped. She looked up at me with her big brown eyes and said, "Mommy's friend taught me to spell it." I asked which friend. Emma said the lady with the briefcase who comes over when I'm at work, the one who gives her candy and asks questions about daddy. She takes pictures of me writing and says I'm very smart, Emma added proudly. That night, I confronted Sarah. She was in the kitchen, phone pressed to her ear, whispering frantically. When she saw me, she hung up quickly and started washing dishes that were already clean. "We need to talk," I said, showing her Emma's homework. Sarah's face went pale, then hardened with defiance. "Fine. Yes, I've been meeting with a lawyer, and yes, I'm questioning Emma's paternity because I have legitimate doubts." She pulled out a thick folder from the junk drawer, hands trembling slightly. "I had you investigated, David. That business trip to Denver 3 years ago when Emma was conceived, you were gone for 2 weeks, but my ex-boyfriend Marcus was visiting my sister here in town during that exact time frame. I'm saying there's genuine uncertainty about Emma's parentage, and if she's not yours biologically, you have no legal claim to custody, the house, or any part of my graphic design business that I built." I felt like the floor had dropped out from under me. "Sarah, you're willing to destroy our daughter's entire sense of security over money and property? I'm willing to face the truth and protect both our futures," she said, her voice turning icy and calculated. "Marcus and I have been talking again. He's incredibly successful now, CEO of a tech startup worth millions. Emma deserves financial stability, private schools, real opportunities, not your teacher's salary and community college dreams." The friend with the briefcase turned out to be Sarah's divorce attorney, Rebecca Kane. They'd been systematically coaching Emma for weeks, teaching her to question our relationship through seemingly innocent games, making her practice writing those devastating words until saying them felt as natural as breathing. But here's what Sarah didn't know. I'm a forensic accountant specializing in corporate fraud detection. I notice financial patterns and anomalies like other people notice the weather. For 3 months, I'd been meticulously tracking unusual expenses flowing through our joint checking account. $3,200 to Mountain View Consulting Solutions, actually a private investigator specializing in matrimonial surveillance. $875 to Genesis Biological Labs, comprehensive DNA testing services. $6,500 in legal consultation fees, cleverly disguised as freelance business consulting payments. Sarah was constructing an incredibly elaborate deception. She'd secretly collected my DNA from a coffee cup I'd left in my office, and Emma's DNA from hair strands she'd pulled from Emma's brush during bath time. When the legitimate results came back definitively proving I was Emma's biological father, Sarah completely panicked. That's when she made her fatal mistake. She hired Marcus Chen, a disgraced lab technician who specialized in document forgery, to create convincing fake lab reports that would show Marcus as Emma's biological father instead. She paid him $20,800 in cash, thinking she was covering her tracks perfectly. I'd been quietly gathering evidence for weeks. Bank statements, recorded phone calls, even security footage of Sarah meeting with the forger at a coffee shop downtown. So when we sat in the lawyer's office and Sarah triumphantly slammed down her DNA evidence, I was ready. "That's interesting," I said calmly, pulling out my own folder, "because I have the original results from Genesis Labs, the real ones." I spread out bank statements showing all her payments, timestamps proving when the documents were altered, and photos of her meeting with the forger. Sarah's lawyer went white. He clearly had no idea his client was presenting fabricated evidence. "Your Honor," I continued, "my wife has committed document fraud to manipulate custody proceedings. She's also been coaching our 6-year-old daughter to question paternity as part of the scheme." I played a recording from Emma's tablet, Sarah practicing the "you're not my real daddy" conversation, bribing Emma with ice cream to get it right. The room went dead silent. Sarah started crying, claiming she was just protecting Emma from an uncertain future, but the evidence was overwhelming. Emma hugged me tight when I picked her up from her grandparents' house later. "Daddy, I'm sorry I wrote that. Mommy said it was just pretend, like a game." "It's okay, sweetheart. Sometimes grown-ups make bad choices, but I'll always be your real daddy." She smiled and handed me a new piece of paper. This one said, "I love my daddy," in her careful 6-year-old handwriting.